For grammar today, we're going to keep working on picking the correct word, choosing the right word. Okay, yesterday we were working with a few words that are easily confused. Okay, today we're going to keep practicing picking the right word. Okay, so let's go ahead and read what's inside the box right here. Study the meanings of words that are easily confused. Checking a word's part of speech can be helpful. You can also use tricks to help yourself remember how a word should be used. First word, good. Good is an adjective used to describe nouns or pronouns. Okay, we saw this yesterday. Okay, the difference between using good and the difference between using well. Well is an adverb. Okay, adverbs describe verbs, adjectives describe nouns. Okay, so we need to be very careful when picking either one of these words. Okay, and then we have there. There is an adverb that means that location or place. Remember that there has the word here in it. Okay, so if we take away the T in there, we have here, which also is a word that means location. Okay, so these are some strategies, some examples that we can use to help us pick the correct word to complete a sentence. Okay, so let's go over the exercise. Underline the word in parentheses that correctly completes the sentence. So let's look at number one. The Cowboys at dawn every morning. Okay, the Cowboys rise at dawn every morning or raise at dawn every morning. Remember that the word raise is like raising your hand. Imagine that you raise your hand to ask to go to the bathroom. Okay, in this case, this doesn't work. So the right answer would be rise. Okay, to stand up. To stand up is what rise means. Okay, number two. Who's or who's going to keep watch tonight? Remember that whose is a word that shows ownership. Okay, and whose, the second one, is a word that is a contraction. Okay, a contraction is made by combining two words together with an apostrophe. Okay, so this is actually, the two words are actually who is. Okay, who's going to keep watch tonight or who's going to keep watch tonight? Whose or whose? Okay, of course, number two, the second one is the one that we need. Who is going to keep watch tonight? Okay. Number three, the vaqueros shared their food with each other. Okay, so all of these three words sound the same. This one, remember that this one means location. Okay, this one means ownership. Okay, and this is a contraction for they are. Okay, so now that you know what each word means, which is the correct word that is needs to be used to complete the sentence. The vaqueros shared food with each other. Okay, so we need one word that shows ownership. Okay, which food? Their food. Okay, so the one in the middle is the one that we need. Okay, number four, the new cowboys rode good well across the prairies. Okay, so this is where we need to pick an adverb to describe this verb. Which one of this is the adverb, good or well? Okay, if you don't remember, you can go back to the box and see which one is the adverb. Good is an adjective, well is an adverb. Oh, so I better pick well. Okay, so we need to pick well as our answer. The new cowboys rode well across the prairies. Okay, all right, number five. She wanted to teach how to round up the Mustangs, or she wanted to learn how to run up the Mustangs. Okay, so is she the teacher or is she the learner? Okay, in this case, the sentence Okay, she is a learner. She wanted to learn. Okay. 6, cowboys wore chaps to protect their legs from rope burns. Again, there is for location, there is for ownership, and this is a contraction. Okay, so cowboys wore chaps to protect location, to protect ownership, or to protect contraction. Okay, legs. So it's talking about the cowboys' legs. So we need a word that shows ownership. Which legs? Their legs. Okay, so the one in the middle is the right one. 7, he took a drink and then sit the cup on the ground or set the cup on the ground. Remember that the first one means when you lay yourself onto something and you sit down, like sit down on your desk. Okay? When you set something, it means that you leave it on top of something else. Set your cup on the table. Okay? So in this one, set is the correct word. He took a drink and then set the cup on the ground. And the last one, the young calves sometimes lie or lay down next to their mothers. Okay, so of course, lay. To lay down means that you, okay, put yourself on top of your bed. Okay, you're resting. Okay, so this is the exercise for the next lesson. Now, what I want you to do is to open your reader's notebook and go to page number 333. Okay, on page number 333, you get to do the same thing. Pick, okay, the right word. Okay, so you have a couple of examples right here. Okay, like this ones, these are new. Okay, affect, it's a verb. Affect is a verb, and it means to influence or cause a change. And effect is a noun. Effect is a result. Okay, so this is another pair of easily confused words. And then we have few and less. Both are adjectives. Okay, few means small in number, and less means small in amount. Okay, that's the difference. We use few to name something small in number. Okay, and we use less to name something small in amount. So we cannot say, I have less friends than my neighbor. Okay, because we're talking about numbers. We need to say, I have few friends than my neighbor. Okay, and for less, since it needs to be something that has to do with an amount, less is mostly used when we're talking about money. Okay, that toy costs less than this one. Okay, we cannot say, well, we could say, but it's wrong if we say that toy costs few than the other one. Okay, we cannot use few in that sentence because few is used when we want to say that something is smaller in number. Okay, so that's the difference between these two words that are also, okay, easily confused sometimes. Okay, and here are some examples. The fog will affect their ability to see the enemy. The fog had no effect on their spirits, however. Okay, so what you need to do on page 333 on your reader's notebook is to write the word in parentheses that best completes each sentence. Okay, so let's look at number 1. We have there. Remember that there means location, there means ownership, and this is a contraction. Okay, there are a lot of books in the library about the Mexican-American War. Which one do you think belongs in the line? Their location, their ownership, or they are, which is this contraction? Okay, think about it and then write it on the line. Okay, when you finish with number 1, we look at number 2. I found a book about the famous battles and sit it on the counter, or set it on the counter? Okay, which one do you think belongs in number 2? Sit, as in you are sitting on your chair, or set, as in set a fork on the table? Okay, think about it. Number 3, I'm going to sit down on the chair, or I am going to sit down on the chair and read about how Texas became a state. Okay, I think this one's very easy, and I am sure that you already know what word you need to write on number 3. Okay, number 4, the librarian told us that each student may take out 2 books about the gold rush, or can take out 2 books about the gold rush. Okay, so is it may or can? May I take out 2 books, or can I take up 2 books if the librarian already told us? Okay, so she basically already gave us permission. So is it may or is it can? 5, this rule will affect which books I decide to take home, or this rule will affect, okay, which books I decide to take home. Which one do we need? Do we need the adverb, or do we need the adjective? Okay, which one do you think we need here? And last one, this library has few biographies of cowboys, or less biographies of cowboys. Remember that few is for number, okay? Few is for number, and less is for money. Is biography money or number? Okay, think about it. Okay, don't forget to turn in your work when you finish. You can either turn it on the Google Classroom platform, or take a picture and send it to us when you finish. Okay, see you on the next video.